Before we start, can I just request everyone to just ask one question each, please? Thank you. I'd like to go first, yeah.
Mickey, how's Mohamed Amir? Is he fully fit?
Yeah, he's perfect, 100%. Yeah, he's fine. He's ready to go.
Despite not sitting out that last practice match, you're confident he's got enough overs under his belt?
Yeah, we just stood him out. It was his rotation. You know, Abbas sat out the first game, Hassan sat out the second game, so he sat out the third.
Mickey, I also got runs in the last game and also got a 50 up in Malahide as well. It's come off the bat of some fairly lean form for both of them. How worried are you about those two not, having maybe more runs under the belt this season?
No, I'm not worried at all about them. They're quality players. Their records speak for themselves. They've got very good test records. They roll up. They're big match players. They're fine. And they're all batting really well at the moment. You know, they're getting stuck in. Nets were challenging today, which is good, and the guys stuck it out really well. So I'm confident that they'll deliver for us.
Nicky, how vulnerable do you think this England team is? A slightly sort of new dawn for them in terms of the new selection. A couple of you facing the team, but you must fancy your chances.
Oh, England are always good. Yeah, in their home conditions, England are a different team to England abroad. So, to be honest, we're just worrying about ourselves. We're a very young Test cricket team at the moment, and we've changed the brand. We've changed the way we want to play. We've gone 5 batsmen, 5 bowlers. We're just looking to build. We've got a lot of young players who we want to give a lot of experience to. So our focus has just been on ourselves really. Yeah, we've had a look at obviously Butler, and I think he adds an attacking side to England. But our focus is very firmly on us and us doing our basics 100%.
You keep proving everybody wrong, really. So you, Pakistan, can you do it again?
Yeah, of course we can. Definitely, we haven't come out not to win. But we focused in on ourselves. I know that if we play well enough, it's a change room full of very, very skilled cricketers, very young cricketers, fearless cricketers, guys that don't fear failure. They're an intelligent, skillful bunch of cricketers who, if we get the breaks and things go away, will certainly put England under pressure.
Just actually about one of those guys specifically then, Mickey. I mean, I guess a lot of fans here won't have seen Imam ul-Haq bat much, but they'll know the name. How does he live up to that billing and that family history and all that kind of part of his identity?
To be honest, he's a totally different character to Inzi. He's I don't think it phases him that much, to be honest. Nothing really phases him. He's on cloud 9 at the moment. He played beautifully for us under pressure against Ireland. He made his Test debut, got 100 on debut in one-day cricket. He's living the dream, and he's rolling with the punches at the moment. He's fine. I don't think that phases him at all, to be perfectly frank.
Mickey, you said something about changing your brand and your approach. How different is it from 2 years ago when you came over and it was the push-up post-boot camp series and did so well there for number one? How's the brand and the approach changed with this side you've got now?
Well, first of all, we're an incredibly fit unit. The guys have trained unbelievably hard. Not that we weren't coming in 2016. That was the start of almost the fitness regime. The brand of cricket we're playing is certainly a more attacking brand. You know, we had and that worked for us over that period of time. But we felt we needed to also change with the times. We felt we needed to get another bowler in. We felt another bowler would lessen the load, particularly not having Yasser here. And we are more attacking side at the moment. You know, our batters will score. They'll score quick, and emphasis is on taking wickets and emphasis is on scoring. You know, gone are the days. Yeah, there's going to be times we need to control the game, but you know, it's all about attack, and that's not getting blasé, because there are moments where you're going to be you're going to have to show a lot of patience and absorb a bit of pressure. But for us, the best form of pressure is if we can put pressure back on the opposition, and we do that by attacking. So we were probably a more negative team in 2016 than we are now. But that wasn't a bad thing, because that fitted exactly what we wanted at that point in time.
So even about 20-year-olds, you have one younger still actually. Tell us a bit about Charlotte Khan.
He's a wonderful talent. He's obviously cut his like many of the young guys do, he cut his teeth in 2020 cricket, so he's cut his teeth in white ball cricket. But he's bowled a lot of overs in these. I think he's played 5 or 6. Might as well be able to tell you, but I think he's played 5 or 6 first-class games, and he had a test match in Barbados, which didn't go that well for him. He learned a hell of a lot from it, though. He learned he needed to be a lot more consistent. In that test match in Barbados, it was like I likened him to Imran Tahir. He was leg spin, googly. Whereas now he's understanding what he needs to do. He's built pressure for us at times. He controlled the rate for us beautifully in Malahide, and he's got all the tricks. He's got all the tricks, so he can defend and attack. He's a wonderful talent, and I hope you see the best of him here, because he's going to be special.
Mickey, sorry. Do you intend to play the same side that played at Malahide?
We've selected a squad of 12. So Hassan Ali is in that 12. We'll make a decision tomorrow whether we go with Rahat or whether we go with Hassan. So there will be an Ali playing. It just depends on Rahat.
Mickey, just a bit on Mohamed Amir. Last time round, he bowled pretty well, but maybe didn't actually get the wicket rewards that his bowling merited. Do you feel as though a real bucket full of wickets that are going to come his way? And do you get a sense that England maybe really struggle against left-arm pace as they did against Mitchell Stark and then Trent Bolt over the winter?
Yeah, I do, and I think Mohamed Amir is the finest exponent of pace and swing when he gets it 100% right. We've sat it out. I think it was used the other day, but we've used that spell that Trent Bolt bowled in Auckland, and we've had a look at his length. And the England batsmen then were on the back of a really tough winter for them. But we've looked at that. We believe he bowls incredibly well at left-handers. There'll be 3 left-handers in the top 4. He's ready. I just hope it goes really well for him, because he's been unlucky at times, and it's with the amount of drop catches. But he's ready. He's determined. He's fit. He's strong. He's excited. He's in a very good place at the moment. So I just hope it goes really well for him.
Mickey, you spoke a little bit about Shadab earlier. How much of a relief and a godsend is having 2 guys? I know they've only played 1 test, but Fahim and Shadab, they change potentially the nature of your lineup completely.
Exactly right. And the good thing about it is Shadab bats, and he's shown us that, and I think he'll develop into a genuine all-rounder. I think his batting will develop. It puts a lot of pressure on Yasser when we only play 1 spinner now, which is not a bad thing. He needed somebody to keep putting pressure on him. And when we play in Dubai, when we've got Australia and New Zealand coming up, it's going to turn square, and we're having those 2 going, and bowling in tandem is going to be pretty exciting.
So I meant Fahim as well.
Fahim.
Yeah, Fahim as well as Shadab.
Yeah. Fahim. We couldn't play the 5 bowler option if we didn't find a seamer who could bat. So Fahim's got a way to go with his batting. We've got to polish it just a little bit. He needs to work a little bit on his defence. But he's exciting, and he can do it, and he played under pressure, played very well. He's just a happy-go-lucky, very jovial guy, and I'm not sure he feels pressure. He played exceptionally well there for us. And outside of the subcontinent, or our conditions, we can't play the 5-5 if we haven't got a seam bowler all-rounder. So he's the one that we've groomed into that role, and he's the one we're going to keep working with.
Mickey, talking about Shadab, don't you think he's bowling too quick for a leg spinner?
Not at the moment, no. At the moment his pace is 100% right. He's slowed his pace down a hell of a lot. He was too quick when he started. I agree with you. His pace now, if you watched him bowl in Ireland, and if you watched him train today, his pace is right for these conditions. What we've wanted him to do is his variation has got to be a gear up instead of a gear down. So in the subcontinent, his variation is a gear down, which is slower. Here, it's got to be a gear up, and he's got it right. He's got his pace right. So when he gets under pressure, he sometimes just goes a little bit quicker. But when he's bowling well, his pace at the moment has been really, really good.
Mickey, you're in your 3rd national team, but obviously things are going very well with Pakistan. I just wondered if you ever fancied working in England. shows next year.
Does he? No, I'm very happy with doing exactly that. And I'd like to keep going with Pakistan for as long as they will have me, because it's unfinished business for us at the moment, and this is a very young cricket team. And I worry, you know, if we move on, what happens to these guys, because their fitness regime is outstanding, they're training hard, they're enjoying their cricket. It's one of the best dressing room environments I've ever been in. And I say that in all honesty. They're a lovely bunch of guys who are working extremely hard, so I'm very, very happy with them at the moment.
Mickey, you talked about change of brand and change of style. And in the last test match, Pakistan, they enforced the follow-on after so many years. So was that part of strategy, like Pakistan, they wanted to be more attacking?
It was a no-brainer for us there, Much, to enforce a follow-on. We had to. We looked at the weather forecast in Ireland. The weather was supposedly closing in. It didn't. But the weather forecast on the last day wasn't great. They were 180 behind us. Our bowlers had only bowled 40 overs. It was a no-brainer there to enforce a follow-on. So, you know, if we were in the same position again, it was the right decision, and we'd make the same decision.
What happens if the captain breaks a finger in the first hour or something? Who keeps them?
We've worked on one or two options, but it's a very good question. Stumper, Steve Rickson comes down.
Is that a financial thing? They're not having.
No, not at all. And our second keeper's playing in the leagues here, so he's just a stone throw away. We've covered that. I was being flippant earlier. We've covered that base. So Mohammed Rizwan is here in the leagues. He's our second keeper. Rizwan, yeah. So he's a couple of hours away. I'm not sure in a game that would be interesting. He'd just have to strap it up and keep going.
Mickey, in terms of experience, there is huge difference between the two teams. Like Cook has 12,000 runs, 941 wickets between Anderson and Broad. So would that be a factor?
Of course it would. But you know, with all that comes a lot of responsibility and a lot of accountability with the amount of runs and the amount of experience that those guys have got. A couple are under the pump at the moment. Our guys don't fear that at the moment. There's accountability, there's responsibility for them. But they're looking at the opportunity, and they're hoping to grab that opportunity with both hands. And I just hope they do, because if they do, it solidifies exactly what we want to do with Pakistan cricket. So let's just hope that works out for us.
Any more questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.